Airborne all right. It just wasn't on a double black diamond ski slope. It was on a plane. I chuckled, laughing at my ridiculous dream. I'm really good at solving mysteries. Skiing, not so much. But that was about to change. I looked out the window at the snow-covered peaks, stretching across the landscape 30,000 feet below, where I hoped to make the leap from wobbly beginner to unshakable expert. Okay, I'd probably settle for decently balanced intermediate. A girl can only learn so much in a week. That's how long I was going to be staying at the Grand Sky Lodge, the newly renovated eco-friendly ski resort perched right on the Montana-Wyoming border. My dad's law firm had represented the lodge's co-owner, Archie Leach, on a real estate development case a few months back, and I'd done a little sleuthing to dig up the evidence my dad needed to win the case. Detecting has always been a hobby of mine. My best friends, George and Bess, might swap the word hobby for obsession, and sometimes it comes with cool perks. Archie had sent a giant fruit basket to thank us, which was pretty nice of him. The nicest thing about it wasn't the fruit, though. It was the invitation that came with the basket for an all-expenses-paid trip to the Grand Sky Lodge's grand reopening the week before Christmas. Word is, Leach and Alexander Properties put a lot of moolah into revamping this place, the stylish woman in the seat next to me observed as she flipped through the Grand Skies brochure. They're touting it as the model for environmentally sustainable ski resorts. They talk as much about wilderness conservation, renewable energy, carbon footprints, and locally sourced goods as they do the skiing. We'll see if it's the real deal or a publicity stunt to cash in on the eco-craze. My dad and I weren't the only ones who'd gotten a special invitation to the lodge's grand opening. I don't know if theirs came with a fruit basket, but the popular travel magazine, Travel Bug, got one too. The writer they sent, Carol Fremont, turned out to be my new seatmate after my dad had to reschedule his flight for a last-minute deposition on one of his big cases. Carol gave the Grand Sky Lodge's recycled paper brochure a skeptical flick with a well-manicured fingernail. Archie Leach really does believe in sustainability, I told her. I haven't met his business partner, Grant Alexander, but I know from the work my dad did for their firm that Archie plans to make it the focus of all their new development projects. Well, if it's all as grand and green as they claim, then it'll make a killer feature for the magazine, Carol replied. The eco-trend grabs eyeballs, too, and I'm hoping to land the cover story for print and online. I think sustainable businesses are a lot more than just a trend, I told her. If enough businesses get on board, it could make a huge difference in the fight against climate change. I think it's great that a travel site with as many readers as Travel Bug is raising awareness by featuring places like Grand Sky Lodge. As long as it's my name people see on the byline, I'm all for it, she quipped. I was starting to get the impression that Miss Fremont wasn't the most objective journalist. I just hoped for Archie's sake that she gave the Grand Sky a great review. What I'm really excited about is their new restaurant, Mountain to Table, I admitted, my mouth watering just thinking about it. I've been dying to try Kim Crockett's food since she swept Top Chop Challenge. It's one of my favorite shows. It's another great angle for the story, that's for sure, Carol said. You don't see many celebrity chefs leaving fancy big city restaurants to run a kitchen in middle-of-nowhere Montana. The farm-to-table movement may be hot with foodies in the city, but trying to turn a remote mountain into a fine dining destination, now that's a challenge. Hey, maybe I can get 2 feature stories out of this. She flipped open her laptop and started typing a note to herself. Excuse me, ma'am, the flight attendant chirped, leaning over Carol's seat. You'll have to close that until we land. We'll be on the ground in just a few.